NASCAR's Championship Weekend is here. Let's break down the Truck, Xfinity, and the youngest Cup Series Championship 4 in the sport's history. Oh boy, how's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. Are y'all ready to crown a champion? Not just one, but 3 NASCAR champions? The Craftsman Truck Series will race late Friday night on FS1. The Xfinity Series will go green Saturday afternoon on USA Network. And on Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series wraps up Phoenix Championship Weekend on NBC. Today, we are going to analyze the Truck, Xfinity, and Cup Series Championship 4s. I'll give y'all my updated picks and predictions. Pretty simple, right? Let's begin with the Craftsman Truck Series. Corey Heim, Carson Hocevar, Ben Rhodes, and Grant Enfinger make up your Championship 4. An interesting balance of youth and experience. 21-year-old Corey Heim is still in the middle of his first full-time Truck Series season, and he's got 19 top 10s in 21 starts. Kind of hurt, actually. 15 straight top 10 finishes coming into this weekend. That is unbelievable. 2 of his 3 wins this year have come at Martinsville and Bristol, short tracks. Phoenix, remember, is a shorter oval, 1 mile in length, that turns 1 and 2 are banked differently than 3 and 4, but relatively speaking, it's a flat track. It's Heim time. Corey has been in the mix every race since at least March. He's going to be a contender Friday night. Another young driver in his first Truck Series Championship 4 is Carson Hocevar. He's come on strong the second half of this year. 3 wins in just the past 10 races. In the playoffs, he has an average finish of 4.66. Carson's headed for the Cup Series next year. He wants to wrap up his Truck Series tenure in spectacular fashion. That's the youth. Then there's some experience. Ben Rhodes is only 26 years old, but he's been in the Truck Series for nearly a decade full time. This is his 3rd Championship 4 appearance, 3rd in a row as a matter of fact, and he's won it before, 2021. You can see some of the numbers right there. He has not been as consistent this season as Heim or Hocevar, but experience matters, especially when talking about our 4th driver, Grant Enfinger. 38 years old, and 2 of his 3 wins this year have also come at short, flat ovals. Milwaukee Mile, and Gateway in St. Louis. Enfinger's been around a while. He's been winning races for years, but this is only his 2nd Championship 4 appearance. So now I have to make a selection. Heim, Hocevar, Rhodes, Enfinger. Call me sappy, but imagine the emotions if Grant Enfinger parks it in victory lane, clinches the Truck Series Championship in GMS Racing's final Truck Series start. I just mentioned it. He's won twice this year on tracks, I think, pretty similar to Phoenix. And GMS has championship experience. Remember 2020? GMS driver Sheldon Creed won the title at Phoenix, but really it could have been Brett Moffitt, Zane Smith, both in GMS trucks. They were all in the mix there towards the end. GMS may be on their way out of the Truck Series, but I think they're going to surprise some folks this weekend. That's right, I'm going with experience, the veteran. I think Grant Enfinger will be your 2023 Craftsman Truck Series champ. Oh, off to a hot start. I hope y'all stay up late Friday night to catch the truck race Saturday afternoon, the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Their Championship 4 will consist of Sam Mayer, Justin Allgaier, John Hunter Nemechek, and Cole Custer. Another interesting mix of youth and experience. Let's start with the young guy again, Sam Mayer. His first Championship 4 appearance, 4 wins this year, and they've all come in the last 13 races, though most of them have come at road courses. His win at Homestead a couple weeks ago is his only oval win. You can compare some basic numbers right here. Sam Mayer's right there in the mix when it comes to wins, top 10s, but he's lagging way behind the others in some interesting stats. For one, laps led, way behind. And it's not on this graphic, but I was shocked to find out that Sam Mayer hasn't won a single stage all year. Compare that to Allgaier, who has 13 stage wins. Nemechek has, I think, 10. Sam Mayer's got 0. How does that make any sense? Luckily for Sam Mayer, stage wins don't pay at the end of the day, certainly not in the championship race where it's all about where you finish. The young drivers come on strong the second half of this year. Does he have one more big win in him? Let's talk about one of the veterans, Sam Mayer's Junior Motorsports teammate Justin Allgaier. making his 6th Championship 4 appearance, still looking for that first title. Like Sam Mayer, Allgaier's gotten hot recently. 3 of his 4 wins have come in the past 9 races. Allgaier has a proven track record at Phoenix Raceway. He got crashed out here in the spring race. I think he finished like 36th, but before that, he had a streak going of 5 straight Phoenix top 10s. Allgaier will undoubtedly be in the mix, as will John Hunter Nemechek, making his first Xfinity Series Championship 4 appearance. Looking at these numbers again, Nemechek all around has had the best season. He's got the most wins, the most top 10s, best average finish, a clean sweep. But if there's reason to be concerned, it's that his 2 recent playoff wins have both come at mile-and-a-halfs. Phoenix could not be more different than Texas or Kansas. Well, I guess that's not true. They could be more different, but they're not very similar. That's my point. Can John Hunter continue that JGR Fall Phoenix dominance? That's the question. Lastly, Cole Custer kind of snuck in here at the end of the Martinsville race last weekend. 2 wins this year, though both came at road courses in the first half of the season, but he's got 20 top 10s, which is second in the series only to John Hunter. Custer has experience. He's been in the Cup Series for a few years for one, but this is also his 3rd Xfinity Series Championship 4. He's finished second the other 2 times. Can he finish one position better? Now we have to choose who will be the Xfinity Series champion. John Hunter Nemechek has been the best all-around driver. That 20 team, been the best all-around team in the Xfinity Series this season. And while Justin Allgaier may have a strong record at Phoenix, has more Championship 4 experience, I think Joe Gibbs Racing consistently brings the best equipment to this race. Sammy Smith won here in the spring. Ty Gibbs won here a year ago. The year before that, it was Daniel Hemrick driving a Joe Gibbs 18 car who won and also clinched a championship. I think John Hunter Nemechek is well suited to deliver JGR their 3rd straight Xfinity Series championship. I'm picking John Hunter. I know it's not exciting. I know he's not an underdog. Sometimes you got to lean into the heavy favorite. Now, let's focus our energy on the main event, the NASCAR Cup Series, and I'm going to dive a little deeper into this one. This is the 4th straight year Phoenix Raceway has hosted the NASCAR Cup Series Championship. This year's contenders are Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, and William Byron. If you average out their ages, it comes out to roughly 28.25, I think, making this the youngest collective Championship 4 in NASCAR Cup Series history. Now keep in mind the Championship 4 has only been around like 10 years. But still, Byron, Blaney, this is their first Championship 4 appearance ever. Even Larson, Bell, this is just their 2nd. Lots of relative inexperience this time around could make things exciting. Also a different tire compound than we had a year ago. I believe the tire Goodyear's bringing this weekend is the same one they ran at Richmond the last time they were there. Just another variable. And as we've seen the past couple of seasons, this is a track position race, which means everyone from the driver to the crew chief and engineers with the setup and the pit crew especially needs to bring their A game. If you qualify bad, have a bad pit stop, a penalty, end up deep in the field, back in traffic, your season could be over. You think I'm joking. I mean, last year in this race, Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney qualified 1-2. They finished 1-2. Obviously, a lot of stuff happened in between, but you get my point. It's hard to work your way through traffic. Heck, in 2021, Kyle Larson was running 4th when he got a timely caution and a lightning fast pit stop, got him out ahead. That's what clinched Kyle Larson the 2021 title. So it will take a full, near perfect team effort to win this year's Cup Series championship. Let's focus in on each driver. Now, beginning with Kyle Larson, who gets a bit of a head start, if you will. He clinched a Championship 4 spot in the first race of the round of 8 back at Las Vegas. Feels like eons ago. He admitted this past weekend at Homestead that he hasn't done any sim work at all. Apparently, he never does sim work. He says it teaches him bad habits. It makes him feel like he has to relearn how to drive. So how much of an advantage does Kyle Larson have winning early? I'm not sure, but it's worth mentioning. The last time Kyle Larson won the round of 8 opener and made it to the championship for, it was 2021. We know how that ended for him. It ended well. The 5 team is a proven championship team. They have a proven driver, a proven crew chief, a proven pit crew, and obviously Hendrick Motorsports is a proven organization. The Cup Series raced at Phoenix back in the spring. A lot has changed since then, but it's worth mentioning Kyle Larson led the most laps and only lost the win on the final restart to his teammate William Byron. Kyle Larson is the only one of these 4 contenders who already has a Cup Series championship. So, experience? Let's talk about another driver with some experience. Christopher Bell. This is his second go-around. He's been in the championship before. It was last season. I don't exactly know where I land on Christopher Bell. He has been sneaky quick these playoffs. Obviously got that win at Homestead, Miami, but beyond that, he's earned more points these past 9 weeks than anyone else. It's by a slim margin, but still, Christopher Bell, who saw that coming after the up and down summer they had? Christopher Bell has never led a lap at Phoenix, but he's got a championship crew chief, Adam Stevens. His pit crew has me a little bit worried, but they have cleaned things up since the start of the playoffs. Qualifying is going to be important, and this is where Christopher Bell has excelled recently. He has 4 pole awards in these playoffs. 4 of the last 9 races, he started first. I think he has a second place start in there as well. In a track position race, qualifying makes a huge difference. Advantage Christopher Bell. Now let's talk about the newbies, beginning with last week's winner, Ryan Blaney, making his first championship appearance. He represents Team Penske, the defending Cup Series champions. If you look at the year-long numbers, Blaney's in the mix, but he doesn't really jump off the page. Fewest laps led. But if we swap this out and compare recent Phoenix results, and I think we should focus on the last 2 years, the next-gen era, boy, Ryan Blaney looks pretty scary. Most laps led at Phoenix, by far the best average finish. His last 3 finishes at Phoenix are second, fourth. Fourth is his worst next-gen finish at Phoenix Raceway. That's why a lot of fans have Ryan Blaney circled as the favorite this weekend. I can't say I blame them. Heck, last year in the championship race, he wasn't in the championship but he may have had the best car. He finished that race right on his teammate's rear bumper. And if I remember, he actually won a stage in last year's championship race. So beware Blaney. Well, Blaney, how about Bill Byron? William Byron, what a season for Willie B. 6 wins, his first championship appearance. Congrats. And he also enters this weekend as the most recent Phoenix Raceway winner. Again, like I mentioned, he bested his teammate Kyle Larson here in the spring. I can say a lot of the same things I said about Larson about William Byron. He's got a championship organization behind him, Hendrick Motorsports. Pit crew is good, plenty of firepower. I'm a little worried about what happened at Martinsville a few days ago. I'll just be honest. That was a pressure-packed race. They didn't need to be great that weekend. They just needed to be good, and they weren't. They spent much of the day outside of the top 20. A little bit of panic began to set in. They scrambled. They salvaged what they could. They made it to Phoenix. Mission accomplished. It just wasn't pretty. A lot of pressure this weekend at Phoenix. Young driver. Still a young crew chief, not a lot of Cup Series experience. They've been great together so far, but this weekend will be the ultimate test they've faced thus far. Now it's time. It's time to pick our 2023 Cup Series champion. Full disclosure, 9 weeks ago, I picked Martin Truex Jr. That did not go well for me. We need to get back on the right track. The winning streak starts now. When we're talking about a full season, or heck, even just a 3-race round, I want a well-rounded driver. Someone who can push hard, get the most out of the car when they need to, but knows when to pull back on the reins, can be smart when the car isn't giving them what they want. But we're not talking about a full season. We're not even talking about a 3-race round. It is a 1-race, winner-take-all event. When it comes down to 1 race and you need a win, give me the fastest driver. Give me Kyle Larson. He's the only driver in this championship that I trust, that I guarantee will lead laps at some point on Sunday. He's led the most laps all season. Compare that to Christopher Bell, who was in this race a year ago, didn't lead any laps then. I just talked about William Byron, needed a good run at Martinsville last week. Pressure is on. Didn't really deliver. Ryan Blaney, great at Phoenix, has been really good lately, but did we forget he had a 3-month stretch over the summer where that team went completely ice cold? Kyle Larson may crash out. He may make a mistake on pit road, but he's the only driver I fully trust to have the speed, to lead laps, to contend for the win. In a one-race winner-take-all event, give me the fastest driver. Now, it doesn't hurt that he comes with a championship caliber crew chief, Hendrick Motorsports, a great pit crew. That certainly helps. I understand that on paper, Ryan Blaney's recent success at Phoenix, how great he was in the round of 8, he looks like the championship favorite. Heck, even William Byron. I mean, he's put together probably the best all-around season. And give Christopher Bell his due. He's earned more points than anyone the past 9 weeks when everyone's bringing their best stuff. But I still want Kyle Larson. I'm picking Kyle Larson to win the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series championship. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. So I've got Enfinger winning it Friday. Saturday, I think John Hunter will deliver for JGR. Sunday, it's Kyle Larson. He will join Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, and is that it? As the only drivers, active drivers, I should say, with more than one Cup Series title. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Truex has one, Keselowski's got one, Elliott's got one. Even Harvick, who's retiring, only has one. Yeah, I guess just Busch and Logano. I think Kyle Larson is going to join that exclusive club after this weekend. Let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section below. Do you agree with any of my picks? Do you agree with my reasoning? Do you disagree? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. That's going to do it for this episode, y'all. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or if you love all things stock car racing. And a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters for your continued support of this show. Keeps it growing. I will see you all again soon. Championship weekend is here. Thanks for watching, folks.